Hey, thank you for joining us this evening to hear information about the upcoming comprehensive renovation of 3 Points Elementary School.
Bienvenidos en juntarse con nosotros esta noche para escuchar cómo vamos a mejorar 3 Points Elementary School.
A few housekeeping notes about how this meeting will work. Attendees are automatically muted with cameras off. Please use the Q&A tool to ask questions.
Para que todos tengan la oportunidad de recibir una respuesta a sus preguntas, los micrófonos estarán apagados, las cámaras también. Y use por favor el Q&A que aparece en el lado derecho de su pantalla para hacer preguntas. La anfitriona leerá las preguntas y el panel responderá de acuerdo. Si una clarificación es necesaria, la anfitriona abrirá su micrófono.
You can ask questions at any time during this meeting, but we'll address them during the Q&A portion at the end of the presentation. And the chat is also open with some information on how you can address any technical issues.
La respuesta la daremos al final de la presentación.
Okay, we have a variety of panelists online who I will introduce shortly. This meeting is being recorded and will be posted on the OCPS Facilities Communications YouTube page, as well as on School Board Member Johanna Lopez's page. Yeah, go ahead, Renee.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas tardes. Welcome and thank you for joining us at the 30% Design Community Meeting for 3 Points Elementary School. This meeting is being offered in English and Spanish for the benefit of the public. Bienvenidos a todos y gracias por estar aquí hoy junto a nosotros en esta reunión para discutir el diseño del 30% de la construcción de la escuela en la comunidad, de la escuela 3 Points Elementary. Recuerde que la reunión será traducida al español luego de estar la presentación en inglés para beneficio de todos. Tonight, our staff will share the plans, designs, and timeline of the renovations and improvements that will take place at 3 Points Elementary School over the next few months. Esta noche, nuestros empleados y también las personas que han diseñado todas estas fechas determinadas y estos planes de renovación y mejora para la escuela de 3 Point van a estar discutiendo y describiendo sobre lo que ocurrirá en los próximos meses. We are here to ask for input from the community to guide the new design. Vamos a estar preguntando sobre cualquier recomendación que usted tenga en el diseño de la escuela, ¿verdad? Que está en esta comunidad. I hope you enjoy the presentations, provide feedback, and our teams are here to answer any questions you have. Thank you. Así que esperamos que disfrutes la presentación y si tienes alguna pregunta puedes esperar hasta el final. Así que bienvenidos y gracias por su atención.
Thank you, School Board Member Lopez. So thank you, first of all, to the 3 Points Elementary team, including Principal Stokes, for joining us today. The architect for this project is C.T. Shu, and representing C.T. Shu, if you guys could just wave, are Tim McNicholas, Harry Semples, and Renee Alvarez is your capable translator with C.T. Shu. The construction manager is, the company name is OHL, and we have Scott Mosley and Betsy Vanderlei joining us from OHL. The civil engineer is Klima Weeks, and the electrical engineer is SGM Engineering. Your project manager is Dea Taylor, and she's the one who makes sure that the plan and the design all match what OCPS is looking for. We also have project management team design manager Mo Arthur on the line. And my name is Lauren Roth. I handle communications for facilities. So now I'm going to hand things over to the CT Shoe team so you can see what they have prepared.
Thank you, Lauren. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. We're looking forward to beginning our work and continuing the design effort for 3 Points Elementary School.
Está muy, ¿cómo se dice? Alegre de estar en este proyecto y poder proveer este condado y a ustedes, la comunidad, con un proyecto nuevo acá en la escuela y realmente ayudar a la escuela a moverse hacia adelante.
So this is a slide that shows the existing campus situated at the corner of Goldenrod and Charlton Parkway. And this is a campus that houses or was designed to house 743 student stations. And the current enrollment is around 450. So that gives us a little excess capacity in the school that helps us with our renovation goals for the project.
La escuela tiene una matriculación en el momento de 447 estudiantes, pero tiene una capacidad de 743 estudiantes, que nos provee una oportunidad para ayudar en el proceso de la renovación de la escuela.
So having that excess capacity in the building allows us to do the renovation in a phased construction process so that it does not disrupt the education of the students and does not require us to bring on construction portables for the year that the project will be in construction.
Teniendo una capacidad extra, nos ayuda a poder hacer el proyecto en fases sin tener que traer habitaciones portables y también ayudar con el movimiento y el tiempo del proyecto.
One of the goals for the site, when we visited, there was a lot of congestion along Charlton Parkway coming into the site and a lot of kind of unsafe conditions in terms of how the circulation was occurring around the bus loop for the kindergartners coming into the school. So we're going to look to improve that condition with our new site plan.
Claro que este terreno tiene un par de problemas con el tráfico y la seguridad, y esos son el tipo de problemas que estamos tratando de arreglar con este proyecto para que el tráfico funcione mejor y la seguridad esté mejorada.
So this is a close-up site plan on what we're proposing to do, which is to change the parent drop-off area and improve its circulation flow to allow more people to get onto the property and not be out into the street when they're queuing for the parent loop area.
Vamos en las áreas afuera de la escuela, en el terreno, vamos a reorganizar el tráfico para mejorar el movimiento, como le dice, de los autos. Vamos a reemplazar las verjas viejas para mejorar la seguridad y agregar nuevas áreas a donde falten las verjas también.
So we'll be replacing old fencing throughout the campus. We'll be upgrading any missing sidewalks that may be required by code to be provided for doors that are on the exterior of the building and making sure we have good, safe egress for all of those conditions.
Estaremos agregando también aceras nuevas a donde faltan y reemplazando caminos de concreto que estén dañados.
We'll also be looking at any damaged sidewalks that occur throughout the site and be replacing those. We'll be cleaning out the existing ponds and making those back to the state that they were in when the campus was brand new. And we'll be looking at upgrading the landscaping in the campus, particularly at the front door of the school where we're reconfiguring all the parking.
Con este proyecto también vamos a limpiar los estanques de retención, que tenemos 2, por lo menos 3 o 4. Esos van a ser limpiados y las áreas verdes van a ser mejoradas y los arbustos y árboles que están en malas condiciones van a ser, se van a ir del proyecto.
And then we'll also be looking at the play areas on campus. We'll be replacing the tot lot. We'll be refurbishing and freshening the youth lot. And then we're going to be recoating and restriping the hard court.
Vamos a traer un juego para los niños pequeños nuevo. Vamos a reparar lo de los niños grandes y también vamos a arreglar las canchas de básquetbol.
And for the exterior of the building, we're going to be freshening that up as well. So we'll be cleaning and all the brick. We'll be replacing all the old sealant that's in the joints so that we're waterproofing the building. We'll be removing and replacing the old window gaskets and replacing those with new elements. So everything will be nice and watertight.
En cuestión de la fachada del edificio, vamos a arreglar las juntas de los ladrillos, vamos a proteger contra infiltraciones y también vamos a reemplazar los sellos dañados de las ventanas.
And then we're going to be repainting and refreshing all the exterior doors. We're going to be fully replacing the gutter system and all of the downspouts. And then we're going to be refurbishing the metal roof so that it'll have a brand new warranty on it and remove any leaks that are occurring currently.
Pintaremos todas las puertas exteriores. Vamos a reemplazar los desagües del techo y también arreglar áreas del techo que estén dañadas.
And then for our engineering components within the building, we're going to be providing a lot of upgrades to the safety systems and security systems that include fire alarm, exterior lighting improvements throughout the site, and then air conditioning. We're going to be replacing all the air conditioning equipment inside the building so that it'll be nice and efficient, and it'll be utilizing systems similar to the new prototype elementary schools.
En términos de los sistemas de la escuela, vamos a mejorar el sistema de aire acondicionado con equipos nuevos. Vamos a mejorar el sistema y actualizar el sistema de alarma de emergencias. Vamos a mejorar la iluminación exterior y entonces también vamos a mejorar el sistema contra relámpagos. Y en general vamos a arreglar los sistemas de seguridad y proveer un sistema de sonido nuevo.
And then we'll also be upgrading the lighting system that's on the roof. We'll be replacing the interior lighting, which is fluorescent, with new LED lighting that's consistent with the new schools, and then upgrading security and new sound systems throughout the cafeteria as well. Covered that. So, and then in terms of the finishes in the interior of the spaces, we're getting new flooring and new ceiling tiles. We're going to get an entire new furniture package that you would get in a brand new elementary school. So we'll be upgrading that furniture and equipment. We'll be remodeling some of the spaces, some of the key spaces like the kitchen and cafeteria. We're going to be upgrading to more current designs. We're going to be remodeling a portion of the media center with the CCTV studio and some upgrades to the layout of that space.
En la parte interior del edificio vamos a mejorar los pisos, los techos, pintar claro. Vamos a mejorar los sistemas de la cocina y la cafetería, y también vamos a remodelar áreas del circuito de televisión interno que es parte del departamento de la biblioteca.
And then we'll be going through and doing a survey of all the cabinets and making sure that we replace any damaged cabinets. We're going to replace all the interior signs that exist on the campus. And then we're going to also be able to, because of the size of the building, relocate the Head Start program that is in the portables and bring that education program into the building on the first floor. So the portables will disappear and then they'll be situated within the footprint of the first floor of the building.
Vamos a reemplazar los gabinetes que estén dañados en las classrooms y en otras áreas, los letreros y en interiores que indican dirección e indican los nombres de los cuartos y de las aulas va a ser reemplazado. El programa de Head Start va a ser integrado en el primer piso del edificio, no va a ser exterior, así que vamos a poder remover los portables que están ahí en terreno en el momento.
And so on our schedule, you can see here that we're just beginning design. This is our meeting here on the end of March. And so we'll be designing through basically the summer and into the fall. And then there'll be a period of time where Scott's team, OHL, takes our design and then prices it and gets pricing in the fall and winter of up till 2023. And then they'll begin construction, which, as I mentioned, will be a phased construction. And we'll be able to give you a little bit more information about that at our next community meeting. And Scott will have a more detailed breakdown of how that phasing will occur. And then the summer of 2024, the teachers will move back in with all the new furnishings and everything and be ready for the fall school year.
En este calendario vemos que estamos realmente en el principio del proyecto con el diseño. Vamos a correr hasta más o menos en octubre. Y en octubre vamos a tener Scott y OHL, que son realmente nuestros contratistas, van a ver la construcción, cómo van a construir, y esperamos el término del proyecto en el verano del 2024.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. That's our presentation.
Terrific. Thank you very much. If you could move the slide ahead one. So we are able to take your questions now. You should have a Q&A button or box. If you can't see your Q&A box, you can also put questions into the chat. So I did want to share that the area superintendent, Mr. Bond, sent his regrets. He had some technical issues and was not able to join us. And the next community meeting presentation that was referred to, we will come back to the community one more time at the end of the design process before construction starts, so you can see what that phasing process is going to look like. And that meeting will likely occur in early 2023. Renee, do you mind translating that?
Sure. Antes del principio de la construcción vamos a tener una reunión de la comunidad antes que empiece la construcción, y sería en el 2023. Vamos, como dijo la señora, vamos a pedir una reunión para discutir cómo está el proyecto y cómo ha seguido y cómo va a empezar la construcción.
Thank you, Renee. And I'm going to put my email address into the chat, and I'm also going to read it here, and I'm going to put Board Member Lopez's email in there. So if you are watching this later and have any questions, you can always send us questions directly. So my email address is Lauren, LAUREN, .roth@ocps.net. School Board Member Lopez is JOHANNA.LOPEZ@ocps.net. So again, feel free if you have any questions. I'll take that as a compliment that you guys were very thorough. Johanna, are there any remarks or comments that you would like to make?
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
No, thank you so much. They can email me, me pueden escribir correos electrónicos en español. You can email me in either language, Spanish or English. Feel free to do it. I am so happy to see the improvement. Looking forward to that improvement and visit again 3 Points and see all the new, the improved areas in the school. Well deserved.
Excellent. Oh, something did just come in, so let me take a look.
Pensando que no dije
so
eso
there,
en español.
yeah,
Yo lo dije. I didn't say it in Spanish, so bien contenta de los arreglos que se hagan y nada, emocionada por ir allá y visitar la escuela nuevamente.
okay, so we received one question about whether we considered putting in an indoor gym for a place for students to exercise instead of the media center. And I can speak to that. That's not part of the design standard for elementary schools within OCPS. That's not something that we typically do. And so we wouldn't be looking to add that at this point. Just because, I mean, we have, over 125 elementary schools, and we want it to be, consistent from school to school. The thinking being that there is the covered play area and the tot and youth lots. There's also a question about the AC. Okay, let me read that. Are the new AC units going to have upgraded filters? Tim, can someone on your team address that?
Yeah, sure. I can address it. The new air conditioning units will be going into the building and replacing the existing units. And they do have upgraded HEPA filter requirements that are similar to the upgraded units that are being installed in all the brand new schools. So yes, they will be upgraded filters.
And Renee, do you mind translating the answer about the gym that we
Sure.
don't? Yeah.
Sometieron una pregunta si esta escuela va a recibir un gimnasio para que los niños puedan jugar y ejercitarse adentro. Eso no es un estándar del sistema de OCPS. Realmente eso solo ocurre en las escuelas middle school y en las escuelas high schools. Así que aquí no podemos, son muchas escuelas y no se puede hacer. Para eso se provee la área techada para poder ejercitar afuera. Y al respecto del sistema aire acondicionado, preguntaron si los filtros van a ser mejores. Los sistemas nuevos que se van a incorporar en el edificio tienen filtros nuevos, como todas las escuelas nuevas que están recibiendo los sistemas nuevos del día.
Thank you. And panelists, did any of you receive any questions directly? I can see questions that are sent to everyone or to me, but just wanted to make sure there weren't any that I missed.
We do not see any here at CTG.
Okay.
I did not.
All right. One more question just came in. Is it possible to add 1 or 2 lower basketball goals to the court for the pre-K to 2nd grade students? Interesting. Actually, Mo, if you're able to unmute, I'm actually curious, do we have a design standard on that?
We do have varying heights on our basketball goals. However, we don't have one specifically at a height for pre-K students.
Gotcha. So like the lowest setting, what do you know, like approximately what age that's aimed at, or?
I think it's about 8 to 10 feet. So that's probably in the range that's going to be above height for pre-K students.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because they were asking about pre-K to 2nd. So maybe, I guess I'm trying to think how high that is. That's still pretty high for a really little person, but so is it the same goal, or does it adjust, or is it more than one?
No, we have fixed, they're fixed heights. So
Okay.
in that range, probably 1st grade is probably on the borderline. It's probably some of the first graders, and then it leans towards second grade and up. And then we have the higher ones set, I think, at 10 feet for the older students. So pre-K, it's probably a little bit, our lowest range is probably a little bit too high for the pre-K students.
Okay, and someone said that they'd seen the lower goals at Deerwood, so they would be consistent with what they saw at Deerwood, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. There was a question about whether there's a recording of this. Absolutely, there is. It's being recorded, and when we close the meeting out here, I'll get a recording of it, and tomorrow I will put it up on YouTube, and then I will send a link to anyone who registered, whether they came or not. So yes, you'll receive a recording tomorrow. There's a question, are there any thoughts for putting in a sensory type path for those who are autistic for a source to unwind? Interesting. I'm trying to think. I mean, do we have any particular standards on, I mean, I know that ESE centers, you know, have some of that type stuff, but do we have things like that in our, elementary schools in general?
Not in general. If we have a specific ESE cluster at a school, and we have done for the clusters, we have done on the playgrounds themselves, but nothing as far as the paths identified in the questions.
Gotcha. Oh, Tiffany, go ahead.
Yeah. So I know that you all don't typically put them in the elementary schools. Pre-COVID, that was something that we sort of started. Ms. Crum, one of our pre-K teachers, kind of started with putting in sensory paths, and it's something we plan to expand. But then obviously, once COVID hit, we didn't want things that everyone was touching. So even if it's not put in as part of the design, that is something that we want to incorporate as part of our school SEL plan.
Gotcha. Well, I'm really glad it came up then. This way the
Mhm.
design team's aware of it. And you know, can certainly work to not lose things you're already doing.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay. Looking to see if I caught everything. Just give it one more check. Okay, I think that does cover it, but thanks for the great questions and really useful input. This will help the design team going forward. And what we'll be able to do at that meeting in early 2023, we'll show you the finished design, and we'll talk about how construction is going to work, because at that point we'll be coming up a lot closer to that phasing. So yes, Tiffany, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending. Ooh, I see something in the chat. Oh, it's just a thank you. Okay, good. Thank you to everyone. Really thoughtful questions. Thank you for taking the time to see what we're doing. We're really excited to see this project, and I can't wait to see all the ground stuff that gets done too. So, all right, well, thank you. I'm going to stop the recording.